Hello everyone, I hope you guys are all okay. This is Nikki K and welcome to my channel. And I'd just like to say thank you for everyone for listening to this video and coming to my channel. And also don't forget to check out Empath Butterflies Tarot, who does readings for daily and love for all the signs. And also check out Nata for Days, who interviews people who navigates their way during the pandemic and how they are basically just, setting up themselves for a new decade. So today I'm going to be doing the lunar eclipse, which is happening in Sagittarius, and it's going to be on the 26th of May. Now, I think with every eclipse, I sort of more or less look forward to it because, it can be feared by people, but it's also a time that we are going to be, releasing something. It's like shedding a skin, like a snake. So, with a lunar eclipse, this is more emotional. So it's more for like the people. And with a solar eclipse, which is actually very powerful, it is a time that, something's going to be brought into our lives very, it can be very dramatically. But with this lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, it's, it's a super moon or it's a blood moon. It does depend what you will call it, but it's about, some surprising events that could happen. And this moon, this lunar eclipse in Sagittarius is about, personal freedom in movement, in speech. We don't want to feel bored. This is also a positive time for us to, look towards our future and open our eyes to future possibilities. But there can also be like sudden and dramatic changes happening in our lives as well. And, but this new moon, this lunar eclipse, is asking us, to be flexible, move with the times, be open to give or break away and change direction when it's needed. If we procrastinate, change will happen. And this will, I think a lot of us will feel it more emotionally as well. The lunar eclipse is definitely like a heavy emotional testing time. So anyone with Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo, Gemini in 5 degrees would definitely feel it. If you're, that means if you're like early born, if you're like November Sagittarius, if you're May Gemini, if you are February Pisces, and if you are August Virgo, you're going to feel it. But in general, all mutable signs are going to feel this. So that's a little bit about what's going to be happening. And, when I looked at like the chart for this, when it's going to be happening, it does oppose the sun that is in Gemini. And with any oppositions, when the moon is opposing the sun, it is, there's how we are, how we are showing ourselves and how we are feeling is very completely different. And, there's a lot of mutable energy with this lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. So the rising sign is Virgo, the sun is Gemini, and the moon is Gemini. So what are we going to feel this is going to be happening? So with the, with the sun, it is a time that we are going to be definitely, with the sun in Gemini, it's going to be a time that we're going to be definitely heading towards our higher goals, wanting power. But we could also take, and we also don't really want to take orders. But still we have to really, there is a sense that we're going to have to sort of still follow the rules. And, if we are setting ourselves up with our goals and with our job, we have to really complete it. And, and also there may be a change of jobs that a lot of us are going to be doing. There could be a change It could be during this, because this lunar eclipse, it does last for like 3 months because it's penumbral. So penumbral is not, it's not, this lunar eclipse is dramatic, but penumbral is like, it's weak. It's a weak eclipse. So it's like half. But we are still going to feel it regardless. And also because we got so much mutable energy as well. It's going to be, you know, some of our worlds are going to feel like it's turned upside down. So with when I looked at the chart, you know, the sun's in the 10th house. So, you know, the 10th house is about, you know, higher. It's like, you know, fame, how we position ourselves, how we put ourselves out there, whether we're an employee or whether we're a boss. We want to be, you know, we want big accomplishments as well. So, you know, when it does come to like jobs, we're going to be seeing ourselves where we want to actually be. If we want to stay in this job, or we're going to seek other employment, or we're going to be self-employed. Also, you know, the sun, you know, we have Jupiter in Pisces, so it does square Pisces. So we are going to be feeling like optimistic, but we can definitely overdo things. Remember, this is for like 3 months. So some of us could feel this very quickly. But, you know, with the square to Jupiter in Pisces, it's also, you know, in terms of like looking at the details, we can really overindulge. Overindulgence can really happen. And this can be in every aspect, whether it's food or drink, and not keeping promises. We have to be very careful that, you know, we're not being too, some of us going to be feeling very over generous, but also we have to have something for ourselves, and also not thinking and not believing and just relying on hope to make everything go okay. So, you know, and our energy and our moods can be very up and down, high and low. The sun also squares the rising sign of Virgo in this lunar eclipse. So, you know, how we project ourselves is not what we are, exactly what's going on. You know, we could, you know, there's a sense of feeling that we want to be alone, but also we want to be around people. And also, you know, we may want to go out, but we also have to stay in. You know, we're going to probably feel this on a worldly level, because, you know, some places in the world, especially in London, we're starting to ease out of lockdown, but we still have to obey the rules as well. So there can be a lot of like confusion that is happening as well. You know, with the moon being in Gemini, there's going to be a sense of like peace and quiet. Sorry, the moon in Sagittarius. There's also going to be, because I'm looking at where it's positioned in the chart, so it's in the 4th house. So there'll be like a sense of peace and quiet, but we're also going to be feeling very restless, especially if we want to go out. And we may want to also connect with a lot of people from, you know, who are very different to us. So, you know, we have to really plan carefully before we go out. And also there can be some thoughts that are going back to the past. So, you know, with the moon being in the 4th house, a lot of it's connected to the past. So there can be, you know, if you're around people or speaking to people in your family, close friends and family, you could be nostalgic about how things used to be. Yeah. And also you can be feeling very frustrated that things are not going that way too. Mercury is in Sagittarius and it's in the 10th house. So there's a lot of 10th house action going on. So this is great for like learning a new language, feeling very happy, optimistic, you know, high intelligence. You know, there can be a lot of work projects that can be done. And also we can also really find that, you know, whatever we're committing ourselves to, something fresh, we can actually get it done. We may be working and moving very fast as well. And, you know, Venus is in Gemini, it's in the 10th house. So people can find us, you know, especially if you're like got a new job, or you're initiating a new job, if you're working for yourself, if you want projects to come off the ground. And if you are in like a meeting, you want, you know, people to be on your side type of thing. You know, people can find us very charming, you know, in our jobs. This is a great time for promotion. And also we can gain a lot of admirers. People can be very attracted to our beauty, you know, lots of charm going on. We have Mars in Cancer, and it's in the 11th house. So, you know, we can be feeling quite impulsive, and we also can be quite domineering. So, you know, and this could also be like in a group setting, you know, groups and friends. But also, you know, people still find us very charming as well. People still find us, you know, we also want to be around people that we can actually connect to during this time as well. But, you know, the energy of, you know, the Cancer with the Mars, we could also fly from one thing to the next. Yeah, so if we are going out or if we are meeting up with new people, we can want to be the lead. But also we have to just be aware of our surroundings when we are in a new setting. Jupiter's in Pisces and Saturn is in Aquarius, and they're both in the 6th house of routine and health. So when it comes to work, we can be working, you know, quite quickly, but also, you know, showing like tenderness, being more caring. But we can also lose interest in our job as well, especially if it's very mundane and very boring, especially with Jupiter and Pisces being there. There can be a lot of like excess to things. You know, we can try and switch things up, or we may not really care what we're doing as well. But still, it's time, you know, with it being in the 6th house, it will make us feel more positive about, you know, our health, especially, you know, but when we are going out, you know, especially Saturn in Aquarius being there as well, we are, you know, with Jupiter being there, we're going to be very open, you know, new things happening, you know, charitable. With Saturn being there as well, it's going to go also give us this seriousness about what we are committing ourselves to in our work, but also in our, you know, in our health and our routines. So still, you know, it's about still wearing masks, still sort of abiding by the government rules. We can still feel very restricted, you know, but when it comes to work, especially if it's something we're really passionate about, something we love, we are going to get the work done. We're going to get the job done because Saturn's there as well. Uranus in Taurus is in the 9th house. So this is giving us an energy that we want to really learn. Especially, you know, I keep saying this, but when we're going out, we want to sort of explore. So with Uranus being the 9th, we want to explore. This is about higher learning. Our minds are going to be more alert. It's going to be open to learn in a different way. It's going to be a slow burn, but we're going to be excited for a change that's happening. Neptune in Pisces is in the 7th house. So this is going to give us, you know, we could actually, if we are single as well, we could fall in love with love. But also, you know, there may, in terms of like relationships, business or personal, things may not be very realistic. But our intuition is very high, but it can be blinded as well. And if you are in a relationship, things may be pushed under the carpet a lot, you know. So with this eclipse, it might even bring all the troubles that are coming out now, even though we're still going to be trying to hide it. So, and then also the MC is in Taurus. So this is about, you know, we are going to be very, you know, we are going to be with the Taurus in the 10th house as well. This is highlighting that, you know, I'm not, you know, you're going to be taking work very seriously, basically, but also, you know, tending to your goals. There may be a resistance to change, you know, but because we have a lot of Gemini in there as well, it's going to make it a little bit more free flowing as well. And also, you know, we can't forget, you know, the sun, it does square, you know, there's lots of squares to like the moon and Jupiter with this lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. So we are going to be feeling, you know, very different around people. There's an element of differentness around people, feeling very restless. We don't know if we're coming or going. You know, our higher ideas can change within a whim. And, you know, especially if things get very stressful, you know, life can feel very hard. But when it comes to staying, you know, when it comes to us trying to find like a new way in this new world, like emotionally, we can be very up and down. And there's also a lot of change, you know, lots of changing energy happening. So, you know, we want to love, but we also want to be, you know, approved of what jobs we're actually doing. So that's like the big one, you know, because there's so much Gemini in this, Pisces in this, Sagittarius and Virgo in this. So even though it is a time we're going to be moving forward, there is still this sort of up and down energy going on as well. So that's what the planets are saying for this. It's going to be lasting for the next 3 months. So we can feel, like I said, we can feel quite unstable. The cards I have for this is, you know, I have the Lovers card, which is Gemini, the Moon card, which is Pisces, and the Temperance, which is Sagittarius, and the Hermit, which is Virgo. And these cards are just telling us, you know, what is actually to come. You know, these cards are, you know, you got the Pisces energy, which is showing us that, you know, we do have to, you know, like the Moon card and Temperance card, which is Pisces and Sagittarius, Jupiter's in Pisces. So this is going to be highlighting us that we have to, you know, try to remain, you know, as charitable, try to remain optimistic, also try to remain, you know, to our true inner self, try to connect more to our heart in things that we're actually going to be loving, because I do feel during this time that there's going to be a lot of changes within like the workplace. Yeah. And this change is going to be, on one hand, it's going to be, people are going to be welcoming this, but on the other hand, people are going to be quite, you know, don't know what the hell's going on, feeling, you know, feeling that their livelihood is gone, you know, there's something that they've worked so hard for. It's going to be like, what is this? And I also say that because, you know, we have a lot of energy in the 10th house of this lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. You know, we have, you know, Sun, Mercury and Venus in there. So this is about our careers changing. These are about our goals changing as well. And with the Lovers card, it's saying that, you know, we do need to connect with, you know, we do need to connect more with people. We do need to communicate more with people, especially in our relationship, business and personal. We also need to connect to what, you know, where we need to go in life and not try to go with the flow. A lot of us are going to be in two minds very much during these next 3 months. And in the beginning, you know, Lover's card is also saying in the beginning, if things may feel very, you know, la-di-da, but after a while, there's going to be a big upsurge. There's going to be a big, you know, there's going to be a big restlessness. And with the restlessness that comes, it can cause, you know, mental distress. It can also cause arguments. It's very important that we have to try to connect very much so in our like personal relationships, because, you know, the love that's going to be, you know, love is really highlighted during this time. And also with Venus in Gemini being there for the next 3 months, well, not the next 3 months, but for this lunar eclipse, Venus in Gemini is heavily, you know, in the spotlight. So, you know, pay a lot of attention to in your relationships as well, because your relationships could actually ground you. And even if you feel that there's something better out there, it's only very fleeting. You know, it may not last. And, you know, even if and it is a time that we are going to be feeling, you know, confident. It's a time that we have to, like, you know, take care of our appearances as well. Especially if you are making an impression, but make sure it's for you and not for anyone else. You know, this may be very hard because, you know, Venus is there in Gemini. Also, you know, the Temperance card, which is the you know, the lunar eclipse for Sagittarius is showing us that we're going to have lots of information that's going to be going on, lots of new things that we actually want to try, you know, but we can't overexert ourselves. We're going to be taking in so much information, taking in so much, you know, there's going to be so many new things and skills that we want to show people. When this is about higher learning, but we can actually burn ourselves out. We can start things and find that it's not really for us. It just looked good, you know, especially with the moon. It's the opposition to the moon. You know, there's lots of, you know, there's not only are we going to be exerting ourselves, but we're also going to be very much, you know, not finishing what we start. You know, we're going to be, you know, I do feel as well, especially the Temperance card, it's a spiritual card, but it is about cautioning with moderation in everything, you know, really. And that's when the Moon card comes up. You have to connect, you know, connect to what you want, connect to what you really want to actually do, you know, because if you're just doing something because it feels good, it's not going to end well in the long run. Then we have the Hermit card, which is the, you know, which is the example of the rising sign in Virgo. This is giving us stability in a way that, you know, it's time that there are many times that we're going to have to, you know, being alone and, you know, to ground, but also take care of our health. Our mental health is going to be extremely important here, because during this time, this can bring up so many like issues to do with our work and our routines, and also where we want to move. Not only we want to move forward, but, you know, if there's something significant, this is going to highlight, is this something significant for the long run? And, you know, if we do take on too much, the Virgo Hermit card for the rising of this is going to make us overexert our brain and our mind, and that can make us really shut off, not communicate as much. And what that does, it does impact the, you know, digestive system, because that's what Virgo rules. And with Virgo being in the rising sign of this, you know, the mental health and the health is going to be greatly impacted, and I feel it's going to be very fired up as well. So the Virgo Hermit card is just letting us know, you know, just, you know, take it easy, you know, don't get carried away, but also, you know that you have to work hard in what you want. And I think I said this before, I think I sound a bit like a broken record, but, you know, I do feel that, you know, during this time, that the main three things for this is going to be, you know, our health, mental health, our, you know, our routines, when it comes to our jobs, but also our routines when it comes to, you know, our eating habits and our fitness, and also our careers. So it is a lot about the self, where we want to go in life, and our careers. And, you know, some of us could actually be feeling this actually now, you know, because with eclipses, you can actually feel it 2 weeks before it happens. So if you are having any like issues, you know, with work, you're working too hard, or you're or physically or mentally, just know that this is what this eclipse is highlighting. But like I said before, a lot of the mutable signs, again, it's Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius and Virgos are going to feel it the most. You know, but also try to check in on people. You know, don't think, oh, they look fine, that means they are fine. And on a worldly level, you know, things are going to be definitely changing. Things are going to be opening up during this time. You know, these cards are very positive. They are saying, you know, things are going to be opening up, but we still have to be cautious. We still have to wear masks. We still have to take care of our health, you know, washing our hands. That's what this Virgo rising and the Hermit card saying, you know, wash your hands, you know, stick to a routine as much as you can. Okay. So guys, that was the you know, a bit of the planets and what the cards were also saying. So now we're going to go on to the signs. And, you know, I've pulled out moon cards for all the signs. And so we have, the first one is Taurus, not Taurus, sorry, Sagittarius. I'm so sorry, Taurus. So Sagittarius, and Sagittarius, this is going to be in your first house, okay? And with this being in your first house, this is going to be there's going to be a huge like release and a change that you're gonna you know, initiating it. And I feel that you'll be fine doing this. And also I feel with a lot of you Sagittarians, this is the time that, you know, this is about, you know, the first house is about the physical as well. So there may be something you're going to be changing up now, and I feel that you're going to be actually really happy with this. You know, I think a lot of you, especially if you've been locked down so much, you probably feel very confined, and especially when it comes to like your relationships as well. This is going to be a great time for you to try something new, do something that is very unique, very original. But also know that you have to let go of something. You know, this could be, you know, something that you're working on. This could be something in your relationship. This can also be something to do with your, you know, your routines as well. So the card you have is adjustments are required, and it's the quarter moon. So there's going to be a lot of adjustments required. And even though Sagittarius, you're very open to change, there may be things that you actually love that's going to be let go of as well. And it's for you to like, you know, work with. And even if you actually love it, it may be hindering you in some way. So there may be some answers and questions that are coming up for you to actually deal with now. But, you know, just know there's going to be, you know, the adjustments that are required. It's just about adjusting things, even if you actually love it. And, you know, you may feel this very quickly. You may even be feeling this very actually now. But there can also be lots of like, you can also get a lot of help during this time as well now, Sagittarius. We just have to make adjustments when things happen. Then we have Capricorn. This is in your 12th house. So Capricorn, this is going to be a time for you to be very, you know, going within. There's going to be something you need to be releasing. So that is to do with, you know, hospitals, shy rooms. Also something that is, you know, something like deep emotional. This may be that, you know, if you haven't been speaking to someone about anything, it's the time for you to be open. And you're also going to be learning a lot about yourself during this time. Type of like higher learning I'm feeling for a lot of you Capricorns. And, you know, the expansion that you're going to be finding is going to be a perfect time for you to, you know, sort of like not be afraid to go within, even if you are very busy within your work. And also, you know, this is also, I'm feeling a lot of you are going to be, you know, really concentrating on your like mental health during this time. And this is, I think that there's going to be a lot of things that have been building up for a lot of you, and it is time to release it. You know, so this could be doing like a spiritual practice, a practice that, you know, you're going to be very still. You know, you're thinking about things. I feel that if it's too much, even write it out, or even speak to like, you know, like a therapist or something. This will definitely help a lot of you Capricorns during this time. And, you know, you'll just find yourself in more of a better place now. So, you know, the card you have is take time to breathe out. So lots of, you know, I feel, you know, a lot of breath work a lot of you Capricorn should be doing, especially when, you know, when you're very busy. When you're very busy, you're going to be very busy during this time. But, you know, things, there may be some niggles that come up with you physically, and I feel mentally. So taking time out, taking time to, you know, touch the ground, you know, walking around your neighborhood, grounding yourself, you know, lots of deep breaths, you know, taking time away from work. It's telling you to take time out and breathe. You know, sometimes Capricorns, when we are stressed, we don't realize that we're actually holding our breath. So, you know, with this being in your 12th house, you know, you may even be, you know, the breath work that you could be doing will actually relieve certain things, what's going on mentally within you that you're holding on to. Then we have Aquarius. Aquarius, sorry, this is in your 11th house. So Aquarius, this is going to be a time that, you know, this is a lovely one for you. A lot of like the air signs are going to be they're going to benefit in this from this a lot. So this is about releasing something that's like a goal that's no longer working for you. And it's a goal. It's also, you know, your groups and friendships. You know, you may be, you know, seeking another group and seeking another friendships. Or, you know, you're actually ruled by the 11th house. So this may be a lot easier for you. There may be things that, you know, you got Saturn in your sign. So there may be things that you actually want to release, actually want to get away from. But now you know, and it's been building up since Saturn went into your sign. But now it's the time to actually release it. So this is the time that, you know, huge opportunity for you to do that. And, you know, good for you. You know, you may not speak to a lot of people, you know, because you are about trying something new now. And this could also be in your goals as well. So good for you. And, you know, I'm also feeling a lot of you that, you know, it's time for you to have some fun. It's time to have some fun, you know, fun in your relationship, fun in your, you know, groups, you know, yeah, if you have a new group, or you fun in your relationship, fun in, you know, do some type of creativity, you know, have like a creative outlet that can help you. And the card you have is your hard work is paying off. So this card saying your hard work is paying off is a really nice card for you, Aquarius. And this card is actually a new moon in Capricorn card, so that rules your 12th house. So there may be things that you've done like behind the scenes, but it's now paid off, you know. And, you know, I do feel that during this lunar eclipse is that you're going to find I feel that you're going to find your vocation. And this may actually surprise you, you know, but there's something you're going to have to let go of. You know, you're going to be working to let go of it. And this might come very quickly, because you Aquarians are always sort of ready for the new, even though you're quite fixed in your opinions. But you are quite ready for the new. So, you know, whatever you're working on or whatever you're working towards, the hard work will definitely pay off during this time. Then we have Pisces. This is in your 10th house. And, you know, this is something that's going to be, you know, in terms of like your career, because you're actually ruled by Jupiter, you know, so this is going to be shining a light on you and Sagittarius the most. You know, you may or may not find it hard to release something within your career. You know, this is about looking at how you are working, you know, what goals you're setting for yourself. Great time for you to manifest, because Jupiter's in your sign as well. But also, you know, there may be something that needs to be released within like a relationship, business or personal as well. And also there's something, I feel there's something to do with the home as well. There's something that is, you know, this can actually, you know, whatever stresses and strains you have in your career or frustrations, this can make like the home life a bit better. But the home life actually could be also highlighted as well. Something needs to be done in the home too. So, you know, look at your home surroundings. You know, is it cozy? Also, you know, look at your relationships as well. But most importantly, look at your job. Your job is going to be very important now. And, you know, the 10th house is like one of the highest houses. So you can be actually seen right now, Pisces. And I think a lot of you have been wishing for something to happen in your career. So this is like the perfect time for it to happen. So the card you have is Expect Powerful Changes. It's a new moon eclipse card. So with this card saying expect powerful changes, Pisces, you know, don't be scared to what's going to come. You know, I feel that a lot of you have been working very hard. I think I've said this as well. But a lot of you have been working very hard, you know, being very consistent, you know, and, you know, even with Saturn, you know, some of you have been doing things behind the scenes. And with Saturn being in your 12th house. You know, there's a lot of work you'll be doing on your, you know, your creativity, but also in your shadow self. So when it says expect powerful changes, expect powerful change in your career. You know, if you've known that you work hard, you've known that you've been consistent, you're going to get a lot of powerful change, and this is going to be on a worldly stage. It can come quick, or it can come slow. But regardless, for you Pisces, this is your time. This is your time to shine. And you may see bits of it now, but you're going to see more of it next year. Yeah, so the next 3 months, expect powerful change. Then we have Aries. Aries, this is in your 9th house. So this is about expansion of your mind, your beliefs, publishing, higher learning, you know, teaching. So, you know, this is about you looking at what you need to, there's something that needs to be expelled. You know, if you've been doing too much, you know, you might have to look at one thing that you actually love. Okay. And also, you know, with, you know, I feel that, you know, you got Saturn in your 11th house. So this is going to help you move quickly and navigate towards your future goals as well. So, you know, at this time, I think a lot of the fire and air signs are going to be extremely busy. You're one of them. So this is going to, you know, this is about you looking at what you actually want to learn. You know, looking at, you know, if you've been completing any work, you know, or if you want to even start like something new to do with like higher learning, something has to go. So this is about you being honest about what needs to go and after the eclipse will show you what actually needs to stay. And also, you know, I feel you're going to be communicating a hell of a lot during this time. So this is a great time to be like, you know, communicating with like, you know, friends, family, you know, your siblings. And also, I feel a lot of you Aries may start even like writing, getting some work published as well, which is always good. You know, this might be a great time for a lot of you Aries having a new career. So looking at old ways, you know, old studies, or even your beliefs are going to be changing during this time for new beliefs to actually come. And the card you have is nothing will come out of this situation. So nothing will come if you keep sticking on to the old Aries. If you feel that you can do everything at a time, nothing's going to come. So, you know, you may be dragging and screaming for some, you know, to hold on to like all the things that you believe that you can do. But, you know, you won't be able to move forward in what you want to do. So that's what the card's saying. You know, nothing will come out of this situation. And also, you know, try to, you know, this is, I feel with you as well, taking care of your health will be very important during this time. This will be greatly highlighted, like the mental health, but also, you know, if you're overexerting yourself, you have to look at like your routines, like what, am I, you know, doing too much? You know, let me just do a little bit at a time, because, you know, Aries rules, you know, the head, so you could get headaches. So this is about looking at your routine, restructuring your working out routines as well. So working with your energy is going to be very important, you know, because like the card says, nothing will come out of these routines if you stick to the same old and it's actually hurting you. Then we have Taurus. Taurus, this is your 8th house. So Taurus, with this being in your 8th house, this is a great time to, you know, be, you know, paying off things like loans, debts, you know, working with your partner with joint finances, and also, you know, releasing some type of issues that you have with your partner when it comes to like your, you know, any issues that you have, like, you know, deep intimacy issues. You know, this also could be a lot of you actually, you know, communicating with someone. This is also to do with like, you know, getting in touch with your spirituality. This is about, you know, the occult. If you've been resisting it, you have to release that in order for, you know, something spiritual to come into your life now. So you're going to be doing lots of like shedding of the skin, releasing your old ways. You know, this is about you paying off anything you need to pay off, or actually things can come to you. So, you know, if you pay off something, something else can definitely come during this time. And also, you know, I do feel with a lot of you Taurus, this is a great time to, you know, really connect with something that is to do like, you know, because once you get rid of the mundane stuff, you know, start to create, start to look at your, you know, creation. What do you want to create? And also, you know, this can also bring in, you know, if you find that, you know, you're not earning as much money, you could actually start bringing in more money for yourself now with your creation. So letting go of like things that need to be, you know, when it comes to like debts, loans, and, you know, and also working on something you love, and, you know, you having a second income could be actually coming for you now. And the card you have is have faith in your dreams. You have to have faith. You know, faith is going to be restored now, Tauruses. You have Saturn in your 10th house. This is bringing a lot of stress and strains to a lot of you. But also you have to have faith, you know. Anything that leaves your life now. This could also be a relationship, could leave your life, you know, or things could actually be sorted out. Something that is really hidden that you guys don't want to talk about. Have faith, you know, but have faith in your dreams. I feel for a lot of you Taurians, this is a time that you have to, you know, something definitely has to change in your career. But it will come, but you have to know that something has to leave. So if you've overstayed your welcome in something, you know, time to look at something you really love, something you really enjoy. I know I say something a lot, but it could be anything, Taurus. But you have to have faith in your dreams, because dreams actually do come true now, especially with Jupiter being in there in your 11th house. Gemini. So Gemini, this is in your 7th house. And, you know, this is, I feel that a lot of you are going to be looking at yourself a lot, looking at, you know, your sort of like self-worth, looking at your, you know, trying to switch things up. You know, there could be some frustrations, but releasing when it comes to like your, you know, looking at releasing something that is sort of hamming you in, you know, when it comes to your, you know, your career, but also, you know, your, how you view yourself, something releasing how you used to be, even how you used to dress. Also in your relationships, business and personal, there may be some frustrations that come up, maybe some arguments that come up, but it could be to do with your environment. You know, you maybe wanted a change of environment. And also, you know, I do feel for a lot of you Geminis, you know, you'll be thinking about your career a lot more during this time. So the card you have is confidence is key. So you have to just have confidence in yourself, Gemini. You know, really have confidence that things are going to be working out. You know, you're going to be in your head a lot, but, you know, you may be lacking confidence, but you're showing, oh, you know, I've got this. Nothing wrong in that, you know, because confidence is key, but also really feeling and believing that confidence is key to your success. You know, I do, like I said, I do feel a lot of you are going to be really fixated on your career, your goals, your visions. So work towards that. But let something go in your relationship. If you find that your work is, you know, hindering you or it's boring you, look at your relationship. That there could be a problem there. And this could be eclipsed out. But confidence is key to your success in everything. Cancer. This is in your 6th house of health and routines. So if there's any like niggling problems that a lot of you Cancers have when it comes to like your health, this could be highlighted now, but you may be finding ways to fix it. You know, this is something that's going to be leaving. So you have to look at what you're eating, look at what you're thinking as well, because 6th house is to do with like the mental health. So your thoughts could be hindering your process when it comes to like your physical body. So you may, if you're doing like lots of high intensity, could be now start to do something that is quite low intensity. Something smoothing through your joints, stretching, swimming, or even like, you know, you even looking at your work could be like hindering your health too. So also, you know, you have you know, this is about you like really communicating more, Cancers, not holding everything in, because when we hold things in, that's more detrimental. So it's about trying to switch things up a bit more. And yeah, and also, you know, spiritually as well, you know, spiritually connect to yourself now. You know, this is going to be a great time for you to actually see what needs to leave and what needs to actually stay. But, you know, because you got Mars in your sign, it's making you, a lot of you rush around a lot, but you have to like spiritually ground as well. So you'll know what to release. But don't let the past hold you back card. So, you know, you could be looking back to the past a lot, looking back what you used to do, looking back how you used to, you know, go about life. But now things are changing. So this is what, you know, you really have to look back on. You know, don't let the past hold you back. Move towards the future. You know, you got the goods. You know, you're one of the most psychic signs. So do that. Then we have Leo. So Leos, this is a great time for a lot of you to be very, very, you know, sort of like, you know, this is a great time because it's in your 5th house. So this is a beautiful time for you to be really connecting when it comes to your, like, you know, your children, if you have them, your heart, your creativity, and also your spirituality as well. Connecting something to your spirituality will actually help you during this time, Leo. You know, and also, you know, expanding your friendships, but something needs to be let go. You could be doing lots of things connected to your work, but you're actually not connecting to something you actually love. You know, even like when it comes to like your children, you know, this is about connecting to your children as well, but also not, you know, releasing something that's very mundane, very boring. You know, it might not be making you feel quite happy at the moment. And the card you have, Leo, is emotions are running high. So I believe the emotions that are running high for you, Leos, is to do with something building up. You know, there's a lot of build up going on. But the build up is to do with you not really feeling what you actually need to do. And, you know, and also I feel that this eclipse might be building up something that is actually great that's going to be happening. Because, you know, you could actually be like the star of the show during this time. You could actually start to just like, F it, I'm just going to start creating, and you like free flowing. And this is going to give you, you know, it's going to also inspire you during this time. So even when it says emotions are running high, the emotions that are running high, I feel for a lot of you Leos, is something that you want to actually create. So create, Leo, okay? Virgo. This is in your 4th house. So this is like home, roots, family, security. So Virgos, this is a great time for a lot of you to be really, you know, sort of like connecting or releasing, should I say, releasing something to do with the home, releasing something that no longer serves you. You know, that might be fixing up the home. You know, you also have this rising signs in your 1st house, so you could be fixing something to do with yourself physically as well. But also this is about you actually getting up, being physical, you know, things that you don't need for your home, you know, but also things that are to do with like the past as well. You might have to speak about things that happened in your past. And the card that you have is meditate and contemplate, and it's a new moon in Pisces. So lots of grounding work, lots of breath work you're going to need to do, because you might feel very emotional during this time. And the emotion that you're feeling is because, you know, it's maybe to do with like your future, you know, where you see yourself, what you actually have to do for yourself. And it might be making you quite confused. It might even making you be quite nostalgic about how you used to do things, about your past. But this is a time for you to meditate, you know, and the meditation that you do, and it could be walking meditation, Virgos, meditation that you do could actually help you to see what's gone wrong and where you can move forward in your future. Then we have Libra. So Libra, this is in your 3rd house. This is a great time for communication, but also letting something go that is hindering your learning abilities. You could even be finding yourself being more, you know, it's things that you know, especially when it comes to like, you know, traveling, you know, speaking, any everyday communication. What do you want to learn, Libra? Something has to be let go in how you're communicating as well. If you're not opening your mouth as much, now's the time to actually open your mouth. You know, now's the time to really see where you can actually go. And, you know, the card that you have is a fiery climax approaches. So I feel that the fiery climax that actually approaches for a lot of you is because you are feeling very confident. Yeah, this is a full moon in Aries card. A lot of you are feeling more confident, and so you should. I feel that a lot of you Librans now is the time that you're going to be showing a different side to yourself as well. You know, you've probably like thought a lot about yourself. You've probably gone within and you've learned a lot about yourself as well. So you can actually show a side that you didn't want to show, but it can't be helped now. So really go for it, Libra. I'm really rooting for you. So, you know, be confident, be brave, you know, be open to learning, because all your old ways are going to be bringing something for the new. And last but not least, we have Scorpio. So Scorpio, this is in your second house of income. So this is a time that you may be looking at a way to, you know, finding a new way to be earning money. You know, the old ways have to be sort of expunged for a new way to come. So this is about you looking at your skill set, your creativity, looking at what you actually love to learn. And you know, this is all about you like really looking inside, like, you know, your creativity, looking inside yourself as well. And also, you know, any like a cloud that's hovering around you, that's going to actually go now, because you're feeling your confidence. So the card you have is stepping out your comfort zone. So Scorpio, that's what it's all about, you know, being brave. You know, when this eclipse is in your second house, this is going to be a time that things are going to be more open for you, but you just have to see it. There's a North Node card, so it's like a karmatic card. You know, you might have people, groups, you know, that can actually help you during this time. You just have to see it. You just have to be open to see it. And also know that whatever does come and whatever does leave you, you know, because you might be holding very tight onto like money and finances. You know, there might be some expenditures going along the way, but this is only because you want to hold on, but the new old way is going and a new way has to come. So just try to be open. You know, it's about stepping outside your comfort zone. And you know, you never know what can happen. Okay, so guys, that was the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Thank you very much for, you know, listening, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and check out my, you know, my podcast, which is on Spotify and Apple. And I hope you guys have a lovely, I hope the lunar eclipse actually helps you. You know, I hope these guides, what I've spoken about, actually helps you. I will be doing like another video on this on my podcast, so check that out. So guys, thank you very much for listening, and take care. Speak to you soon. Bye.